2021 is nearing its end. Let's see what's in November Divider. November is about unwavering support. I'll give you this time to think about the last challenge you faced and how you felt when someone showed you unconditional support, or the time when your character was questioned and somebody defended you. Doesn't it feel good to know that there are people you can totally rely on? Let this be your reminder to make a conscious commitment to be present for the people you care for. You are the queen of constancy and dependability that others can go to when they are feeling low. When you give with a full heart without expecting anything in return, you embody the act of selfless giving. Celebrate your friendship. Fill in the blanks by thinking of a relationship you'd like to honor. That's it! We hope this was helpful, and let's all give unwavering support and be present for the people we care for.
Hello! Hi everyone. Good evening. Good evening, Jazz. Bagong haircut. Ito ba yung bagong coping mechanism natin? So sinasabi natin kailangan natin ng break, so kailangan natin magpagupit ng buhok.
As in, pumasok pa ako sa banyo nung Friday, tapos nakita ko yung gunting na maliit. Yung maliit pa, tapos nagbukit ako. Nung una bangs lang hindi maganda. Ayan na. O diba, nag-a-adapt. Char.
Thank you, Jazz.
Hanib! Asa na si M?
Wala pa ata si M, so tayo muna. So, hello everyone.
Bring me in daw. Bring me in. Ayan na. On mo kasi yung camera mo, bird.
Yeah. Hello guys. So, hi everyone, to all the Bellas watching us tonight. Good evening. And to this week, we are having Sweet 16 live specials. So, not sure if you've seen it last week, but every day, this week starting today, meron tayong Facebook Live from 6:30 to 8 o'clock. Every day. And we have exciting promos and prizes for everyone watching us. And of course, syempre, normal naman sa atin dito sa BDJ is meron din tayo mga special guests, 'di ba, na gusto nating sumali to join the discussion, to join the conversation so we can celebrate together. Matching pala tayo, Jess.
Naka-agent blue ako, Char.
Agent Blue, to celebrate the 16th year anniversary of BDJ. Grabe, no, guys? Can you believe it? Can you believe it, Jazz? 16 years na. Ayan, nandiyan na yun si M. Yes.
16 years na kayo ni M.
Hindi wala ako nung start. Parang 20, lang ako. 2008, di ba, Dar?
2008, yeah.
Viewers kaya tayo na 2008 pinanganak.
Is there anyone watching us who has a 2008 planner? Ayan, sige, pag meron,
may
natin, may prize tayo dyan. Yung 2007, yun yung pinaka-unang-una nating BDJ planner. For the...
1,000
square pa.
Oo.
That was
medyo
square
squarish. Yeah, squarish siya. And that's the one with yung leg, yung paa lang.
Yeah.
Legs.
Wow,
legs. Kasi gano'n.
Grabe, parang ang landi nung cover na yun. Patis.
Kasi French
legs
lang talaga siya, di ba?
Oo. Kasi
legs
syempre,
na nakikita.
legs na nakikita. Kasi syempre, gusto natin ipakita yung ating, I don't know, ano bang concept ng it's fashion 1950s. Yeah. And
Tsaka
then
yung fierceness nung Bella. Diba? Kasi go-getter siya. Yun yung mga unang description natin about Belle de Jour.
Correct. Sobrang siyang
corporate.
Diba? Diba, guys?
Ano? Go-getter. Kaya tingnan mo, exhausted na.
Tayo na yun. No, ano. Pero hindi, even if we're go-getters, and we're balancing a lot of things in our lives, parang, I think one of the beauty of Bellas is really the resilience. Like, even if no matter what state we are, parang we still go, parang we come in and we show up. And kagaya
Mm.
sa theme din natin for this November, it's really actively looking for support. Kasi minsan talaga being super women, ang hirap minsan humingi ng tulong eh.
Like you.
And kailangan natin. Kaya napaka-important, 'di ba? Na we
Mhm.
journey this naman. It's our journey naman together, 'di ba?
Mm.
Dapat may alcohol
And
pala tong usapan na to.
ay, oo, pwede bukas. Dala tayo.
Bukas, guys, tomorrow daw, may alcohol na. Let's bring in our alcohol. So, since it's our sweet 16, sabi nga ni Jazz kanina, congratulations, Dar, may teenager na ako. This is older than any of my relationships. I did never had a 16-year relationship. So, BDJ
Oh
has
my
surpassed
God.
any relationship. Well, aside from friends, kasi parang yun nga,
Amazing.
yung friends
Ah.
since high school, diba, ganyan. So, relationship, wala rin akong anak na 16 years old. So, ito talaga yung unang-unang anak,
Correct, correct.
may teenager na.
Grabe.
So,
Grabe. Coming
oo.
of age na si Belle
Coming
de
of
Joe.
age of
Mm.
BDJ, our company, each of us, kasi we've grown so much together. Each of the three of us, and then at the same time, you guys in the community. Please do say hi in the chat
Oo nga.
box.
Baka
Ayan,
Hi,
nagulat
sabi
sila kasi
guys.
bakit tayo nandito, hindi yung nasa
yung
program
speakers,
comms
oo.
natin. Oo.
We wanted to just prepare you guys for the next 30 minutes and we just hang out together and siguro tell you about what BDJ has in store for you for 2022. And
Mhm.
bakit ba ito yung theme natin? Bakit ano ba tong Sweet 16 specials? Jazz, do you want to share a bit more?
Well,
Ay, si
ano
M
ba?
pala yung nag-conceptualize. Or kayo
Ako
dalawa?
ba?
Ako ba? Nagpangalan lang ako. Sabi ko 16 na kasi sweet 16.
Ay,
So sana may pa 16 candles, 16 wishes, and 16 ano pa ba? Di ba may mga ganun na ngayon, hindi na sa 18.
Correct, correct. Oo.
mm.
I want to
Mm.
celebrate the sweetness of life. Kahit na yung totoo, ang bitter-bitter natin lately.
Yung totoo, no? May language tayong lahat that we
Mm-mm.
share. But
Kanya-kanya,
yeah, I agree
But
with you, Jess.
it's
Parang
nice
nice to
to
still,
remember. It's nice to
oo,
remember, di ba, how we've been amongst Bellas who are really very empowered and then who are also, yun nga, sabi nga natin kanina, go-getters. Pag nai-imagine ko nga sila, di ba, parang dati, event talaga yung quarterly rendezvous natin.
oo
Yes.
nga.
Super!
At ikaw pa ang
Correct,
host
correct.
ng mga rendezvous dati.
Oo, kayo
Diba?
sa
Kami ni
Bella
Dar
na.
nagsiset up on the side. Ikaw nag-host
Mm.
ka.
Kaway-kaway sa mga Bellas who are watching us in the team replay who have attended our BDJ rendezvous or parang yung ibang BDJ events natin na live, 'di ba? I remember in the Bella tribe, parang madaming minsan nagto-throwback yung mga ibang Bellas natin sharing pictures na
Ang saya.
ito ang lives have changed drastically. We have changed in the past 16 years. We've seen each other in different relationships, different boyfriends, different partners, 'di ba? I think it's
Maatras ako.
umatras.
Ako rin magtatago na ba ako? Hindi nga ako nagsasalita eh.
And more tattoos. So, ayan, may mga tattoo na rin ka.
Yeah, I have to get a new one. Daming
And more
breakthroughs this
children.
year.
Yes.
Yeah, oh
So,
my God, Jazz.
so balik tayo. Ano ba yung topic natin sa Sweet 16 specials natin?
Ayan, so for, ano ba, well, ano ba, we just really wanted to look back also on the past 16 years and then parang look forward to something. So,
Mm-hmm.
after 16 years, ano na? So,
Yeah.
as always, di ba, BDJ has always been here for you, us for each other, and we really felt nag-brainstorm talaga kami ng matindi. We really felt that, as our community has been growing and also changing, and the times have been changing, lahat naman nagbabago. Ang hindi magbabago is really our heart for what we do and why we make the Beldiger Power Planner. So, one of those, actually four of those, would be really the values that we stand by and the means or the tools that we think we can really provide for you guys. So,
Mhm.
every day, iba-iba siya. Nakakatuwa nga yung topic nyo last year, yesterday, kahit hindi, hindi pasok, di ba? The parenting the child from within. And
Mm-mm.
then today, we start off with a clear mind. So, how do you achieve clarity? And we feel na dahil sobrang go-getter at sobrang empowered ng Bellas, baka pwedeng chill naman ang celebration natin. Start tayo with
Mhm.
meditation. Ayan. Hindi tayo mag-meditate right now, or baka, hindi natin alam. But,
No.
Oo.
we
So the
think
Chill lang
next
tayo
four
ngayon.
Yeah, so the
try.
next 4 days, we have like exciting themes and topics for everyone. Kasi one of the things, diba, parang BDJ has always talked about ever since the first BDJ planner is really parang empowering each of us to live life to the fullest. Yun yung pinaka talaga unang tagline natin sa BDJ, live
Yes.
life to the fullest.
Live life to the fullest.
And in fact, that inspired name of our company, Viviamo, which is we live. Kasi it's very important, it's very intentional for us that when we design the products, when we design the experiences, the intention is that you will be empowered, each of us will be empowered to live a life full of love and joy. So it started with the BDJ Planner 16 years ago with live life to the fullest, and Belle de Jour, the word is actually, it stands for it girl, meaning yung we redefined being an it girl. Na when you're an it girl, it doesn't mean like, I'm the popular girl, ganyan. It just means you're the renaissance, modern day renaissance woman, wherein you
Mm.
balance multiple things in your life, and then you do things in style. Kasi syempre, nandito si Jazz, kailangan beauty. Dito pala, ano, mali yung position, di ba? Beauty, kailangan nandyan tayo. So may fashion style din dyan. And parang figuring out our identity talaga. So the BDJ planner, the BDJ community, the Bella tribe wherein we all belong to right now is really just all about our journey of self-awareness, our journey of becoming and unbecoming, 'di ba? If susundin natin si si Maring Obama,
Unbecoming. Oo nga.
unbecoming, 'di ba? So,
Mm-mm.
ayan. So, yung first day natin today, guys, kasi we were thinking about, I think it was Jazz, 'di ba? We did it like the first Wednesday of the month. We talked about um what did we talk? Planning and
Game plan.
journaling as an essential, right? So
Mm-mm.
we were reflecting na why is it so important to talk about this nowadays, right? I think that's where our brainstorming for this also started. And that's
Mhm.
why we thought about that the first day is really all about meditating for clarity. And maybe one of the things that we have parang not shared enough, and I hope
Mhm.
ano M or Jazz can answer this para hindi naman ako yung nagsosolo sa conversations, is that um we have something in store for you guys in BDJ 2022.
Okay.
And M, would you want to break the
Wait,
news?
wait lang. Warm up muna, may time pa tayo eh. Chika muna tayo, 'di ba? So, coming from our brainstorm nga, everyone has been so used to planning and journaling. But alam ko nag-usap tayong tatlo, remember? Parang, ano bang ginagawa pa natin at this time na super important? Aside from nagpa-plan tayo, given na yun, nag-journal tayo. So, doon lumabas yung meditation. And then may isa pa, which is something that Jazz will expound on in a moment. However, I feel like let's also talk between us. Meditation, journaling, planning. Ano pa yung ano dun sa tatlo na yon, yung parate natin minimake sure na we do para okay tayo. Para sabi nga ni Dar, resilient tayo and we're committed to our goals kahit na hindi ganun kadali. Ikaw, Jazz, which one? Meditation, journaling, planning? May iba pa ba? Kung wala dun
Well,
sa tatlo?
dun sa tatlo, tagal ko pinag-isipan yan eh. Kasi may, di ba?
Apat, apat. Hindi siya
dun,
tatlo.
dun
Oo,
sa
baka may iba pa. Baka may iba pa.
Oo,
So, later
may iba
yon
pa.
surprise.
Definitely may iba pa. But, number one ko kasi is strategy. So, planning ako ng planning. As in talagang, yun talaga yung what I do more of. Even if it means redo, do again. But one of the things that's really, kumbaga parang, ano ba, when I have the opportunity, which I'm so happy I have a lot of since being with you guys, is really going through coaching. As in, I remember in 2009, I was invited by a coaching group. So, makikilala nyo rin sila in the succeeding days or maybe later. Initially, they just wanted me on board to coach on imaging and parang image and personality development. And syempre parang ako, am I an authority in that? So, pero it was a two-way thing. Like I discovered something about myself and then I can see the results. As in, si Cheska Silvestre, your guest yesterday, as in, she even invited me to do it for over 500 frontliners, as in department store frontliners. And kitang-kita mo talaga the change and the encouragement that these people get after going through coaching, mentoring. So, I strongly believe in that, na talagang when you open yourself up to expand, to learn more, ano eh, parang there are new ideas. So you're never too old to learn something new. So ako, when I have the opportunity, I know some people really grab that kasi talaga yung hinahanap pa talaga. Like you guys, di ba? Ako talagang, I soak it up.
Mm-mm. Ako naman, well, kung papapiliin mo ako dun sa meditation, journaling, and planning talaga kasi I have to make sure my limited energy and time is useful and strategically productive. Pero, di ko rin matatanggi, I really need coaching as well. And in fact, I feel like it's the single most important thing I did to turn my life around when I got a coach. Kasi alam to ni Dar, alam to ni Jazz, ang dami kong kinikitang people to help me. I also have the same psychologist as Dar, diba? So after years and years of processing with the psychologist and also with my own on my own with pen and paper, parang I felt, oh my God, I'm at this threshold na parang hindi ko na alam kung ano ang next step. And parang, alam mo yun, nakakapagod din mag-process on your own. So I
Correct.
felt like I needed somebody else who would give me a certain level of awareness na makukuha ko lang kasi may nag-guide sa akin. May nag-ask ng questions, di ba? We all know the power of asking questions. And I think that's why coaching advocate nga talaga ako. So yun, I make time for planning, I make time for
Ay, nag-pause. Ako lang.
thankfully, I was also gifted with a coaching class. So I was able to certify as a coach na rin and able to pay it forward na to other women who are also in a state of languish. Yon. So pag may inoorasan talaga ako sa week ko, it's planning and coaching. Either ako mismo magpapakoach ako or may oras ako with my coaches. Yon. How
Nice.
about you, Dar?
Sa akin, actually agree. I do plan, pero may halo talaga ako eh. Planning, journaling, and coaching. That's the support that I was able to receive gratefully in the past years. Planning kasi it's really helps me break things down whenever things get overwhelming. That's why planning is very critical and I feel like essential talaga siya, 'di ba, na for your sanity. Then the journaling kasi there's really a lot of unprocessed emotions that we encounter. And then yun nga, with M and myself, minsan may lag eh, sa feelings eh. Parang yung joke nga may lag eh, na hindi
Mga
nagre-register
three
minsan yung
days.
Yung
Hindi
joke
lang
namin sa psychology, 6 years yung sa akin eh, before nag-register yung emotions eh. So may disconnect, right, guys? So sometimes that happens. The coaching, it was really something that I came around also na parang before parang people would tell that na kailangan natin ng mentors, kailangan natin ng coaches, kailangan natin ng ganito, kailangan ganyan. Parang it wasn't something that resonated to me because I had the psychologist. But parang in the most recent years, I also did a bit of training from different coaching foundation systems, I guess. Tapos parang I realized na how important it is talaga in our lives. And kaya, guys, this was actually really the basis na
Yeah. I think not a lot of people know, but Dar is a certified coach with
ayan,
Gallup Strengths Finder. I was gonna say,
oo nga,
Dar,
oo
you
nga.
are certified, di ba, with Gallup? Tama ba?
dar ba?
Oo,
Ano,
yung
yung ginawa ko,
People
people
acuity.
acuity, which uses the Gallup strengths. But again,
So, maraming bodies of coaching, no? Maraming groups. Ako
madami
naman by
talagang,
Innovate. And my style is
yes,
transformational coaching. Yung kay Dar naman is Strengths Finder. So, iba-iba.
yes,
Daming
iba-iba,
coaching modalities or
yeah.
principles. Yeah. But
Pero sa
essentially,
akin, hindi ko pa
go.
inaano yung parang I don't as a coach, I don't feel like I've earned that title. It's something that parang I
May
still have
worthiness
to
issue
earn.
pa si
May
Dar.
feeling, oh, maybe that's part of it. It's still part of the journey. But again,
Yeah.
siguro in the last 10 minutes, parang maybe we can share, Jazz. What do we have in store for the Bellas for 2022
Oh
related
my.
to our
Ito
planner?
na, ang
Ito
Ito
sweet
na.
na.
surprise nila.
So, di ba, every month yung BDJ Power Planner, may pa-QR code tayo. So, I'm sure excited kayo dun sa coupons, as always. And then, di ba, we added in a digital component. Meron ka na pwedeng i-scan, tapos may madadownload ka ng mga kung ano-ano dyan. So, this year, ayan, nag-disbound ako kasi excited ako. Ginawa ko yung luma, yung November, December ko, nasa 2022 ko na. Kaya kapal-kapal tuloy ng 2022 ko. So this year, guys, kung nakikita niyo yung QR code ninyo, pag scan niyo yan, okay, hindi lang downloads yung makikita ninyo. You'll be able to meet, every month you will meet one of our 12 I Am coaches. So,
Yes.
ayan, papakilala namin sila sa inyo in the coming days. So, starting off
Mhm.
today, mamaya nandiyan na yung iba sa kanila. Excited na ako.
Yes.
We felt that coaching is the way to go.
Yeah. The theme for these next 4 days is we have something on meditation, which is today we're gonna discuss something about meditation. Tomorrow, tama ba yung sequence ko? Planning, then third is journaling, and the fourth is coaching. Because all these four things is something that you will get in your 2022 planner. And this is how we want to be able to celebrate the 16th year journey of BDJ with all the users of our planner. And we felt like this is the best way to be able to really embody how we can empower each other to create lives full of love and joy. So it's very exciting, and we're very excited also to be able to introduce to you our coaches kasi as sabi nga ni Jess, every month we will be having a new coach sharing content
Mhm.
in our platform, and you will be able to access it, and you will get, of course, every month, diba, right now. If you have not yet maximized it, every month, technically, you can download like different kinds of downloadables for your phone, for your desktop. And this year, meron pa kaming added content, which is the coaches, the I am coaches, because yung theme natin for BDJ is I am. Um, Ayan, bakit ba I am? M or just?
Because we've always been about declaring ourselves to the world, diba? Expressing ourselves, who we are. And I feel like after 2 years in lockdown, we've all spent the time productively in recreating ourselves and rewriting our stories. Parang sa YGT, diba? That's our theme. So
Yes.
2022, hopefully the world has healed and it's the perfect time to come out with a new you and for you to say, this is who I am. So
At saka
actually, ang
hindi
ganda
under
ng
choice.
cover. Ang
Ang
ganda ng
ganda-ganda
cover.
talaga
Pwede
cover.
mong ilagay yung power word mo or yung pangalan mo kung wala kang power word, di
I
ba?
am Jasmine, ganon.
Oo. Yeah.
Oo. Ayun, meron pala ako, yung one of my samples. I am courageous.
Oh, di ko
Ay,
So,
ang
dala yung sa
ganda!
akin.
yeah.
Sa akin,
So,
I am
means
light.
Yeah, so it's something that parang we want kasi there's really power in the two words that I am. In fact, 'di ba, if you're gonna go to the Bible, 'di ba,
Yes.
minsan yung I am it's rooted in Yahweh, 'di ba? The name of the Lord. So it's really embodying the magic inside of us, the God inside of us, and being able to declare and embrace everything that embodies us. And parang, again, the unbecoming, becoming of it. And we start off talaga learning about ourselves, reaching a level of self-awareness. We can start anywhere, whether it's from meditation, you can start with coaching, you can start with planning, and then you can also, ano ba yung na-miss ko? Journaling, 'di ba? So,
Journaling.
any of these four aspects that we hope you'll be able to do with the BDJ 2022 planner, we have that in store for you guys. And so the first that surprise was yung sabi ni Jazz, 'di ba? About the coaching experiences. Na every month we actually have coaching experiences for you. Meron
Mm-hmm.
pa kaming pabaon aside from the coaching experience, yung hawak-hawak ni Jazz is
Pag hold nyo to, kung bumili kayo ng experience kits, di ba? Ayan! So, if you remember guys, meron na kaming BBMO I am cardboard goggles, virtual reality goggles. So, saan nyo ba gagamitin to? Aside from what's said in the packaging that you can open it and then install in your Google Apps, we have exclusive content also with the QR codes of your BDJ Power Planner so that we can take you to a safe space every month. So, kumbaga yung
12 different
meditation,
locations all
yes,
over the Philippines.
photographed by no other than Hong Yu. So, we're sharing virtual reality experiences. And then it's best experience with your VR goggles so you can meditate there and you can travel around the Philippines right in the comfort of your own home. So
Mhm.
we invite you to meditate, and then hopefully it will prompt your journaling and then aid your coaching experience when you log on our Kwenza app and meet our coaches, go through, pick their brains, kumbaga, go through the worksheets that they prepared for you. So talagang, ano na guys, omni-channel
Iisipin,
experience
Multi-dimensional.
ang
Yeah.
dami. Parang fruit
Different
salad. Nag-price
aspects.
increase ba
Fruit
tayo?
salad, 1 peso.
Oo nga!
So, so,
Ano yun,
yeah, guys.
napakadaming kasama.
Oo, kasi we really wanted to help support everyone in their journey. And
Mm-hmm.
I know
Mm-hmm.
it has been a tough past 2 years for a lot of us. And it's not yet parang, syempre it's not, parang we're still
It's
there.
not
We're
yet,
still in the middle.
yeah,
It's not yet over, right? We're still hoping for the best, but we're preparing for the worst. And one of the ways that we can prepare for this kind of uncertain future is really to get that inner strength out. And part of building that inner strength is really coaches, journaling, planning, meditation. It's all about self connection. And we hope that we'll be able to provide you the tools that you need to be able to s- ano
create a
thrive.
life you love and
At
Yes.
to
saka
thrive.
guys, talagang natawa ko kay Em na may price increase ba tayo? Because these 12 coaches are actually, as in world-renowned, certified, as in they're a pool of talagang the best of the coaches that we have, as in our
Mm-hmm.
pride and joy of the Philippines. They have helped so many people already. So as in the fields of neurolinguistic programming, strengths finding, may mga Reiki master tayo, holistic aromatherapists, business and beauty experts, we have energy healers, positive psychologists, motivational and image training professionals. So guys, yung presyo ng BDJ planner nyo, ROI na January pa lang.
Oh, and guys, if you still do not have your VR goggles, you can actually get it at 50% off if you get any one planner. So we have that promo right now. It's happening in our website and I love shop.ilovebdj.com or crazy about paper. And right now, since we are celebrating our Sweet
Sweet
16,
16.
naka-roll back tayo ng prices. Parang gas lang yan. Roll back tayo ng prices during our launch. Naka 15% off din tayo. And of course, just to remind everyone of our promos is that this November, you actually get a free PVC planner protector, which I am using for the 2021. Ito, yung plastic. Um, that you can help protect your planners for mga people na medyo messy
OC.
and OC. Ako, messy ako, hindi ako sa OC. So, kailangan ko ng pang-protect ng planner. And
Oo
then,
nga.
there's also an option for a promo of free ship 100. So, again, there's madami tayong promos in our website. Check our social media pages. But number one, if you buy one planner, you can get the VR for
50 off.
50 off. You can also get a free PVC protector for a minimum of 1,499 free PVC yung code. You can also opt to get free shipping at free ship 100. So, ang dami natin guys options and not to mention yung flash sale natin. And for tonight, since we're celebrating this week,
Ang
our Sweet
dami.
16, syempre may pa-promo tayo. Just share this Facebook Live, join in the conversation, and you get a chance to win our VR goggles.
Wow!
So, ayan.
Grabe.
So, share away, tag your friends because, especially tag your fellow Bellas because maybe they do not know yet, as we have not yet really talked about it, the coaching experience, the meditation experience that you will get in your 2022 BDJ planner. Ayan.
Okay.
Daming
Sino
comments
nag-birthday siya
kanina,
pa ng
ha?
regalo?
Ano?
Madaming comments kanina that the Bellas are excited. Happy
Yes.
Yes.
ako.
Actually, we
Mm-mm.
already have three out of 12 coaches. We're gonna meet three of them already tonight. So, kung hindi pa naman kayo sawa sa amin ni M sa ni Dar, magkita-kita pa tayo.
We'll see
Marami
you
pa
guys
tayong
again.
i-discuss bukas. We'll break
Oo.
it
Yes.
down, right? We'll break it
We'll
down. How
break
we
it
will go
down.
through
We'll
the
break it down.
coaching. Mhm.
Mm-mm. So,
What's our platform so that they can all access it. So we'll go through that. And then, purpose of coaching also, right? We'll talk about that in the
Yes.
next few days.
correct, correct. So, guys, you'll see Jazz and M again, and we will go to the formal or slightly more formal part of our program. Gusto ko lang namin kayong chikahin ng around mga 6:30. And again, if you guys have questions about the planner, about this coaching experience, please catch us again tomorrow at 6:30 to 7. And then at around 7 to 8, we will be having our program with our coaches because I know madami rin tayong mga questions. Gusto rin natin sila tanungin. How do we move forward? Ano ba mga questions natin dito? Okay,
Oo.
so, ayan. So, thank you, Jazz and M, for joining me for the last 30 minutes. I think
Happy
our
birthday,
coaches,
Dar!
happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
Bella.
Bella.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
Bella!
BJ. Yes. So, we'll bring in our guests.
Okay, exit na kami ni
Exit na
Jazz.
kayo. Thank you,
Bye.
Jazz. So, guys, I hope you guys are still watching. And please, again, just to reiterate, please do share this FB Live to join the conversation so you get a chance to win this VR goggle. So, ayan, dinesign din talaga namin yan kasi we want you guys to explore the possibilities of the future. It's when you guys get the VR goggles, it's not just the exclusive BTJ content or even the Navi content that we prepared for you, but there are a lot of virtual reality content that you can access actually in YouTube. So I Am Cardboard is the only Filipino company that is accredited by Google Cardboard. So we partnered with them because we want to be able to get a bit more adoption. Kaya minsan sinasabi nila, bakit planners ba hindi ba tayo nagmo-move on with technology? This is us actually integrating technology with our day-to-day practice of journaling, planning, all of these things because it's very important that we are able to, I guess, integrate is the proper word for it. And um, in the next few days, we will talk about how we can integrate better internally and receive that alignment because I think these four things that we will talk about for the next few days is really critical for us to be able to thrive. So, for tonight's topic, how is we will be talking about meditation for clarity. So, we will talk about how meditation and mindfulness is beneficial or even essential to our lives and what are the benefits we can get from it. There's also some questions. So if you have questions like how do I meditate, how do I move forward, how do I use this as a tool for mental health, how do I get away from languishing, we will listen to our special guests tonight because it's our Sweet 16 live specials and we've invited our our coaches, our super pre-selected coaches kasi we really pinag-isipan talaga namin sino talaga pwedeng parang i-match sa community natin to be able to help us grow together. So our coaches for tonight are gonna help us to gain clarity to achieve our lifelong dreams through meditation. And our coaches for tonight are holistic aromatherapy coach and NAHA director and life coach, Balot del Rosario, certified KonMari consultant, Renelyn Tan, and soul wellness coach and Reiki master, Sarah Rubin. I'll bring them over so we can start. Hello, welcome, girls. Hello.
Hi
Hi,
there.
everyone.
Hello. Hello,
How are you
everyone.
guys? Kamusta? Maybe we can start
Excited.
with Balot.
Hi, I'm good. So happy to be here. I wasn't feeling well this morning because I just had my second dose yesterday, but the
Oh,
show must go on and we have
yeah.
to show up. So happy to
Thank
be
you. Thank
here,
you.
Bellas.
Thank you so much. How about you? Pag ganun na lang, Sarah and then Renelyn.
Hello, hello. All good also. Hi, Bellas. Hi, everyone. Hi, Balot and Ren. Good to see you.
Hello.
Hello. How about you, Ren?
Hello. I'm very
Kamusta?
excited. Okay na okay to be with all of you. Hello to our viewers. Thanks, Dar, for having us.
We're so excited. Thank you guys for being our coaches for 2022 for the Bella community. And I really hope na actually really confident that parang we'll really learn a lot about we're gonna learn a lot from you guys and journey 2022 together. So siguro jumping to the first question of tonight's session is that kamusta naman this season of life? What does it look like for you guys in the past 2 years? I know we have like certain private conversations separately, but siguro to quickly share lang to our Bellas where you guys are currently. Do you want to start? Ikaw naman, Ren. Pabalik.
Yeah. So for this season, usually with the tidying work that I do whenever it's almost the end of the year, a lot of people are wrapping up their plans, wrapping up their things. But in the world of organizing and tidying, most of the time it's actually the start. It's the start of something new. It's the start looking forward to a stronger 2022. Siyempre with tidying up, it's important to let go of what's not working anymore. So for me, this time is really a restart time for me and for the people I work with.
Galing. Nice. I also appreciate nga na parang when we declutter, we're really opening ourselves up to new and positive energy, no?
Yes, totoo yan.
Mm-mm. How about you, Sarah? How is the season looking like for you?
All good. Steady lang with the classes that I hold. Just like Coach Ren.
Mm-hmm.
Same. Only it's decluttering the soul that I'm focusing on with the meditation.
Yes,
Yeah.
and guys, we still have our Dare to Be retreats with Sarah. Please check them out in crazyaboutpaper.com if you want to be able to check out Dare to Be courageous, Dare to be creative, and Dare to be grateful. So,
Right. Dare to be grateful this December 4.
yes. So, but how about you? How are you this season?
All good, despite all the things that we have been going through. I think in my case, there isn't much like waves, so it's more steady because I would usually teach about staying in the present moment, so whatever that may look like for them.
Mm,
And just really
yeah.
honoring wherever they are, there's a certain moment in their lives. So, yeah.
Sige. Nice, nice. Siguro since we've talked a bit about the kind of work that you guys do, would you care to share with us, like, what's your origin story? You can start with Sarah.
Okay,
How
sure.
did you get into
Origin
this?
story. Okay.
Origin story.
Um, I was in the corporate world. I was in sales, and I was getting sick. I kept getting sick, and medicines unfortunately were not helping me. And I was thinking, could there be something else that I was not addressing? So I googled emotional healing, and out came Reiki. I found a teacher here. I found classes here, and that's how I started. I combined medicine,
Mm,
exercise, Reiki, and forgiveness work, and then I got
wow.
better.
Galing,
And
galing.
then, yeah, and then 2 years down the line, 2010, I resigned from my work and then I started teaching full time. That's how I found Reiki. And then I added na lang step-by-step yoga, and then acupuncture, and then Seraphim Blueprint, and then coaching.
Nice. How about you, Balot?
Dar, I'm not sure if you remember, we worked together way back 2007 or 2008. I was with Canon. So you had
Oh,
this promo
yeah.
BBJ during that time.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
same with Coach Sarah. I was also in corporate for 15 years. So I was in marketing. And same with Coach Sarah. I also got sick. So I developed an autoimmune disorder which made me lose my pregnancies. So it's more commonly known as
Oh.
APAS. So a lot of it was really parang their suspect would be stress. So I had to like overhaul all the things that I do. But it wasn't really until I had na my kids when I left corporate. So I left corporate in 2019, right before the pandemic happened. I was introduced to aromatherapy, and it was really for my kids lang. And parang I always say na the path becomes clear to you when you take the first big step. So initially, aromatherapy was something personal, and then it led me to my yoga community, which made me very hooked on meditation and mindfulness, which led me to coaching, which led me to NLP, which now led me to taking my master's in psychology. So, parang I never really planned to be where I am right now. But I think if you work on yourself, you become really very clear. Meditation has been very transformative in helping me develop clarity.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was in corporate, they called me anak ng dilim. So, because I was a very angsty person, corporate person.
Wow, I can't imagine it. Hindi ko na feel.
So I would sometimes when people would message me, oh, I worked with you back in corporate, and I would say, I hope it wasn't really a bad experience. So things happen, I guess, for a reason. A lot of challenges in my personal life, which led me here as well.
Nice, nice. Thank you, Balot. How about you, Renelyn? I mean, what's your origin story?
Yeah, so for me, growing up, I came from a really big family, and my parents' love language was always gifts. So in our home, it would be very common that we have a lot of things kasi ayaw nilang magkulang sa bahay namin. And so that was what I thought I would also have in my home after getting married. So when I got married in 2016, it was a very big adjustment period because my husband, he is very simple. He just likes to have the basics. So you can just imagine that adjustment part wherein in our homes, we moved in into a condo. So the beginning there was nothing, but I realized I brought in a lot of the things that I had from me from high school, college, to my nonprofit work. I brought it in our home with me and my husband. And at the beginning, I thought it was just, baka adjustment period lang to. Pero months passed and even if we had a really nice home for us, there were some moments when I felt heavy, and I could see that for my husband, he was also wondering, why do we have so many things when there's only two of us here and no one even visits us at home? And at that time, I don't know why, but the book of Marie Kondo, which I bought 2014, but I didn't feel the need to read it because I was happy at home. I felt nothing was missing. So in 2018, I felt, let me do this for my home. And so for 3 straight hours, I tidied up. I followed the KonMari method, and I was very surprised that it became an emotional experience. I was crying as I was letting go of my things from school, from work. And I guess the heaviness came from the part that I brought in a lot of the experiences that wasn't part of who I was at that moment anymore. And so afterwards, when I finished decluttering, I felt it was very light. And sabi ko nga, like, our relationship became really better. And I wanted to share it first with family. But after that, I learned that Marie Kondo had this certification process. And so I studied, and now fast forward, I'm helping people tidy up, not just their homes, but also now even for corporate and office spaces. And I help people spark joy.
Thank you, Ren. Like, the next question we have, since parang you shared about your origin story, parang how do you feel, and if you can share a bit, like what are the lessons that you've experienced in your journey to becoming who you are today? Kasi parang, I guess in the past 16 years, kasi 16 years yung BDJ, but with each of us also, 'di ba? Parang we've grown a lot, 'di ba? What was the journey like becoming the person you are today? Nalimutan ko na kung kanina mag-start. Do you want to start, Ren? Ikaw muna.
Sige. So, the journey looking back now, I think it was a lot of slowing down for me because before I got married, I worked in the nonprofit sector for 12 years. I was training a lot of young people all over Asia Pacific. And so I felt at that time it was always filling up my planners with activities. Whenever I would find that my day had no events, I felt at that time that I wasn't good enough as a regional director or as a programs manager because I wanted to fill everything up. But then there came a point when I felt, I guess, it was really too much already. And that's when unknowingly I slowly decided to just do things a little bit differently each time. And so from that time when I decided to just say, okay, maybe I don't need 5 appointments per day. Maybe I just need two, but it's really quality appointments. And I experienced better relationships. I also became happier because I was able to enjoy the moment. Alam niyo yun, minsan parang you go from one meeting to the next. Just parang hinihingal ka na. Parang ganun yung feeling. And now when I look at my planner, even if it's not full anymore, I get to appreciate everything because I know it's very
Mhm.
intentional why I'm meeting with a person, why I will choose to just rest at this time. So that's what I did. That's what I've appreciated in the journey so far.
Nice, nice. How about you, Sarah?
I love what Coach Ren shared. The everything about intention. No, I super resonate with it. you know, um, Okay, but that's off tangent. My lesson, my experience over the years has been when I think about pain, illness, or any kind of challenge, I just remember it as a sense of disconnection from God or from the source, from the universe, whatever you call this divine presence, this divine love inside us. It's simply a source of disconnection. And so when I think about healing it or releasing it, I just connect back to love, connect back to joy, connect back to abundance, ganun, connect back to peace. And that's how I healed myself when I remembered that through Reiki, also through medicine and forgiveness work and exercise and eating the right food. That's how I got better. It was really just simply connecting back to health, connecting back to the child inside me that knew how to release the busyness that Coach Red was talking about. Release the dragon lady that Coach Balot was talking about, right? Meron din ako nun, di
Mhm.
lang halata, pero meron yan. Yan. So, yeah, that's it. Go back to the source of joy and love.
Nice. Thank you, Sarah. How about you, Balot?
I think in my case, it's really doing what you love to do. Regardless whether I was in corporate during that time and doing what I do now, it's always being led to like the work that I should do is something that I love so that I will put in a lot of hard work, my heart and my soul into the journey. I think that's what matters the most. And when it stops becoming fun, or when the time comes that it doesn't resonate with your soul anymore, you'll know when it's time to move on and find new things to love. And I think in my case, motherhood changed me a lot as well. That's why it was very transformative for me to be hooked on the present moment. The kids are growing up so fast. So being able to witness how they grow, how your relationship grows with them was something that I really wanted when I was in corporate. So I think that became my non-negotiable, and it became the like my north star in everything that I do now, that a little bit of time, more time with them, will be beneficial for our family.
Nice. Since you mentioned the word joy, and I think it's like one of the things na parang we are trying to reconnect to, like in different ways, from 'di ba, parang connecting to our soul, healing our soul, from even the cluttering nga, 'di ba, spark joy nga tayo sa KonMari. Parang how do you, siguro a question to all of you guys, and it's also a personal question to me, 'di ba? How do you figure out if you've lost the joy that you have in parang whatever career, work, or profession that you're at, and then parang how do you differentiate that losing of the joy or yung pagod? Kasi one of the things that we've been talking in the BTJ studio and with the Bella community is really the state of languishing, 'di ba? It means it's a state of languishing. Is this pagod lang ba or nawala na ba yung joy? Do you want to start? Si Sarah, Sarah naman. Ina-alternate ko kung sino yung magsa-start.
Sure, sure. I have to organize my thoughts when I'm thinking
Sorry.
about joy. No, it's okay.
Mm.
It's okay. I I'm thinking. I'm coming from Coach Balot's share with being a mother, how it changed things, and I get that so much simply because hindi lang ako parang gano'n. I have my teenager who's going through teenage rebellion, haha. But he had a breakthrough on study habits recently. Meditation helps, talaga. And so on and so forth. So it's not just about me. When I think about joy, it's all about being honest with myself. And how do I know? Number one, how I knew back then, before I learned Reiki, was I was getting sick, and I was thinking I was doing everything already, medicine that I knew, right? I was praying, But it wasn't enough. I was exercising, etc., and it wasn't enough. And what I realized back then was, yes, I didn't have joy, but um, what I needed to go back to joy was to release the resentment, release the stress. Yun. And when I started saying, okay, what makes me happy? Meditation, Reiki, energy healing, and so on. Now that I'm here, of course, I still move away a lot from joy. How do I know? My upper back starts to ache. I'm not smiling anymore. I'm on my phone too much. So I know I'm very aware of the triggers and I write them down on my journal. I write them
Yay.
I really, yeah, super love journaling. Uh, talagang promoting, no? But this,
Oh,
this,
yeah,
you
thank
know,
you.
seriously, when I was in high school, I loved talagang writing in journals. And parang thinking back, that really helped, parang it helped me become more aware of my emotions. So I just knew instinctively when I wasn't joyful. And yet, because I was a mother already back then, when I was getting sick, that became my excuse. Now, no, I have to work harder. No, I have to present myself better. No, I have to produce more, etc., etc. So that was parang that got on top productivity, money issues, fear issues, went on top of joy. So there. So black and white. I know when I moved away, when my back starts to hurt, yun, when I get headaches, when I'm snapping at people, or when I'm on my phone too much, or when I'm craving milk tea. Meron talagang trigger. Trigger talaga siya.
Nice,
Okay,
nice.
okay. I'm
Oh,
reaching for my
sugar.
grab
Oh.
app. Okay, okay. That's it. Yun na yun. Alam ko na. And that's being very honest with myself. Yun.
How about you, Ren?
Baliktad yata kami ni Coach Sarah. Pag may milk tea, masaya ako. To
Super
answer
thankful.
your question, how do I know if I'm not joyful? Guess for me as a person, I'm really a very optimistic and a very joyful person. But what has allowed me to appreciate that is the is being able to experience the loss of that before. So for example, very simply, if I don't feel like I'm myself, pag yung sumusungit na ako, or I feel that I get easily irritated, parang I feel the joy is not there anymore. And because my work is very much connected with sparking joy, I've learned to look at the different layers. Kasi dati pag sinabi ko, let's spark joy for myself. Parang enough na sa akin na, okay, masaya ako, I'm smiling, I'm laughing. But I've learned that that's not just what joy really means. Joy can mean different things to different people. But if you don't know who you are, if you don't know what makes you happy, then you will look for external factors to be able to say that, oh, okay, I'm joyful right now. So for me,
Correct.
every time that I am not feeling myself, that's when I feel that I lose that joy. And that joy to me is very personal. Parang what makes me joyful is very different from what makes my husband joyful. But I guess that's also what makes joy very beautiful because we get to appreciate each other more when we learn more about ourselves and the things that make us be the best version of ourselves. Yan lang.
Thank you, Ren. How about you, Balot?
Um, I also know that I'm moving away from joy, similar to Coach Sarah when I'm having migraines. I was having really bad migraines for the longest time. And I know that it's stemming from stress, which robs you of joy, really.
Oops, na mute ka.
Okay, so I remember that I would spend my weekends just sleeping in because I was having really bad migraines. And it was such a vicious cycle na parang, okay, the joy was nowhere to be found except from work. And I think the ultimate parang testament of it was when I got really, really sick. That on the hospital bed after my operation, I asked myself, what am I really doing? Is this where I want my life to be? No, parang, and I was really crying during that time. I already had my kids then. It's like, um, this means that I'm not anymore joyful, regardless if what Coach Sarah was saying. Na you have that thought kasi at the back of your mind na no, you're a mom, you have obligations, corporate is the only way to go, there is no other path. But then this is where when you are in that moment na you're in the hospital bed nga and everything fades away in the background, you get to ask yourself, where should your joy come from? Because if you don't have it, how can you extend it to your husband? How can you extend it to your kids? How can you extend it to the people around you? And
Mm-hmm.
so please don't be in that situation where and you have to lie on the hospital bed. Once you find some like misalignment, as what Coach Dar was saying, like if it's languishing or if it's really robbing you out of your joy, if it's prolonged na sadness, like you keep on dragging yourself to work every single day, I think that's joy moving away from you. And you'll feel it in your body, you really do. It will manifest as migraines, it will manifest as back pains. So be very mindful of what you feel in your body and your emotions as well. So, yeah.
Ang ano natin 'no, parang serious talaga tayo
Ano
guys.
ba yan?
Kasi
Ang heavy. Sorry.
no, 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 kasi I think it's such an important topic. I think some of the comments nga of the Bellas na this is really a timely topic kasi what the pandemic brought us talaga, 'di ba? Parang you feel like something was taken away, our sense of normal was taken away. And of course, it's thrown us, most of us, 'di ba, parang on a loop na parang, okay, so what's gonna happen now? What's gonna happen now? And there's really a lot of uncertainty. And since our topic today nga is about meditation, and I know you guys are doing it in one way or another in different ways because you guys have different disciplines. So maybe we can explore like parang how do you find back that joy or that groundedness through meditation? Do you want to start, Ren?
So for me, in my work, in my tidying work, for those who aren't too familiar, I do KonMari tidying. So that means that every time I help people declutter their homes, we use the method of spark joy philosophy. So you just ask yourself, what sparks joy for you? If a thing doesn't, then you say thank you and let go. So just hearing that, it seems very simple. But that practice is very much anchored on a deep understanding of who are you in what makes you happy in the world. And that's why meditation has been very helpful for me because as I go to many different homes, I also have to make sure that for me, as the coach, as the vessel, as the person who's helping them, I also have to make sure that I don't carry the baggages of my clients when I leave. I don't bring anything from myself to my clients when I also work with them. So meditation has really helped me, I guess, number one, to be focused on what is my purpose. Every time I visit a home, either in person or virtually, why am I there? So every time I take a step back, I take a few minutes of just not thinking of anything, but rather asking myself, what good can I bring to this home? I think that really gives me a lot of energy. And the second thing, every time we go into a home, we have the process that we call welcoming ourselves into the home. So, to those of you who might have watched Marie Kondo on Netflix, how she does that is she sits down, it's as if she's meditating, and she's really just welcoming herself in the space. And in the same way, that's also what I ask, what I'd like all of the Bellas who are listening to try to do every time, for example, you go into your home, you create an intention in your mind of wanting the best for that area. Di ko alam if you've noticed it. Sometimes when you visit a home or you enter a place for the first time, sometimes you can feel light or sometimes you can feel that there's this sense of heaviness. And before I felt that, oh, okay, maybe that's just how it is. But as I was learning the different ways of how we relate with different spaces, I think that's one way that you can do in a practical way. So when you enter your room, just think happy thoughts, like talk to your space and be clear how you want your home to be. So the meditation has really helped me in my practice.
Nice, ganda. How about you, Balot?
Mine is very personal. I came across meditation now in 2019, and it's really more to calm myself down because I was such a type A person. So pagising, push, push, push na kaagad. So when I discovered meditation, it gave me the avenue to create this space of calm at the start of my day. So I would do my meditation right after I wake up because my toddlers are still sleeping, my husband is still sleeping. So I've already given myself the time of the day to be calm, to be clear on what I want the day to progress, and also to set the intention and tone for how the day I want yun nga, to be. So I think it's very important. When I started 5 minutes, I was like, oh my God, 5 minutes pa lang yun. And then now, oh no, magsa-start na yung class. I would sometimes have 30 to 1 hour in my sacred space. And yun, it has really transformed my life na hopefully hindi na ako kasing anak ng dilim like before.
Okay. How about you, Sarah?
For me, what I teach is meditation, and it's based on the idea that we are energy. Everything is energy. Our thoughts, our emotions, our body, our house, which Coach Ren talks about. And so, if everything is energy, we have to go back to our source, our innate truth that we are divine spirit, the Holy Spirit, and that's what Reiki and Seraphim Blueprint and all other energy healing modalities are premised on. That we are energy, and we come back home to that. And when we come back home to that, naturally we align with what feels true, with what is the highest and best for us, whether it is professionally or health wise, romantic wise, family wise, and so on and so forth. And I've seen things really clear out when people meditate. For example, when I was doing Reiki for someone, relating it to Coach Ren, for example, to Coach Ren's work. When I was doing Reiki for someone, and she had a cyst in her thymus, pituitary gland. And the doctors were saying, mahirap operahan yung pituitary gland kasi maliit. So she was prescribed medicine first. But before she took the medicine, she followed the Marinol sisters' advice first to take Reiki, do Reiki sessions. So we did Reiki, and what showed was she needed forgiveness work for a certain professional relationship,
Mm.
and she had a hole in her bubong, in her house. So literally, may block sa
Wow.
forehead at
Yeah.
may block sa top ng bahay.
Mhm.
And so, energy talaga follows our body and our house. I've seen also shoulder pain, knee pain disappear when they align the doors and so on. So when they let go of anger, because when we let go and go back to our spirit, dadating yung hinihingi mo. Dadating yung healing. Yun.
Nice. Before we go with our other questions, we have like a question here from Princess de la Cruz. Like she's asking, coaches, how do you find a balance between our dreams and the practical demands of life? Challenge to talaga ng lahat ng Bellas kasi one of the things talaga, 'di ba? How do you be responsible and at the same time be ambitious or maybe like think about like parang being more hopeful about the future? How, do you want to start, Balot? Or type A?
um I can super relate to this. Yun nga, because as what Coach Sarah was saying in our case, parang you have to submit to the practical demands of life because you have bills to pay, ganyan, ganyan. Di naman pwedeng go all in ka kaagad. So what I really did during the time that I couldn't get out of corporate yet, I really planned it out. That's why I agree with Coach Darwin. You were saying that planning is also key. It isn't so much as, well, you have faith in the universe, but you also have to do your work. So when I
Yes.
was in corporate, I was taking my aromatherapy certification, and I was doing little pockets of things I love so that my work in corporate wouldn't drag me down so much. So slowly building my side hustle. Para hopefully I was dreaming that that side hustle would eventually become my main hustle in the future. And I think when you set yourself in that intention and you surround yourself with people who also believe in that intention, I think it empowers it eh. Kasi during that time, I was already talking to coaches. I was not talking so much to my corporate friends because I feel like they wouldn't understand why I would leave a
Mhm.
secure job. So I had to talk to friends who are entrepreneurs, coaches. And one thing that my coach asked me was, what's the worst thing that could happen? And I think that was very profound when she asked me that. Because I was thinking, oh, with my 15 years in corporate, if I left and if I failed, I could still probably go back to corporate. I mean, I shouldn't just be attached to the outcome na, oh, I need to be in this same pay, same rank. So I've let go of that attachment and told myself, okay, it's now or never. I'll just do this. I asked my husband's permission because, of course, I didn't want him to pay for all the bills and carry
Mhm.
all the burden. And I saved for like, I think it was 6 months. Na parang, okay, I'll save for 6 months of our like whole expenses and some buffer so that I have 6 months to explore on what could make me happy again.
Mhm.
And then the pandemic happened. So I was kind of shoved into this situation where I had to make things work.
Yeah.
And 2 years after, I'm still thriving. And it's also because of surrounding myself with people who believe in my dream. So I think that's a very critical part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice,
True.
nice.
I love that.
How about you, Sarah? You want to go next?
For me, the answer that came was what Coach Balot talked about kanina, present moment. Um, we have our dreams, yes, right? We have our visions, we have our goals, and yes, planning is there, plus visualization. One of my favorite authors, Wayne Dyer, talks about the power of intention. And he says, paraphrasing, live from the place where you are one with what you want. And so that means you're here. Okay, I'm here. I'm in, I'm surrounded by four walls given the pandemic. Kahit na level 2 na, di ba? There's still this parang shrinking of energy. And yet I can feel expanded. I can feel free, even if there are certain limitations. Even when I think about my dreams and it's not happening yet, I can stay joyful in the present moment. Building on that, the present moment, just recently I have these certain clients who want to birth babies. Hindi nila kilala yung isa't isa, pero pareho silang sabay sila na magpapa-IVF, etc., etc. Um, Tapos pareho sila on that same night. Um, let's call them Anna and Beatrice. Anna texted me at 3 o'clock. Beatrice texted me at 7 o'clock. The same question. How do I handle this dream of me wanting a baby and the past issues where it's not happened, and how can I stay calm, etc. And that was exactly the question, the answer. Present moment. If you think, if you're depressed, it means you're in the past, right? Iniisip mo pa yung tapos na napagdaanan mo na, naintindihan mo na yung lesson, at kung wala doon, minsan, anxiety. Di ba? Kung hindi depression, anxiety.
Mhm.
Anxious, hindi makatulog, hindi makarelax. Kasi we're thinking, how can this happen, etc., etc. But we'll get there if we're staying here, if we learn from the past, and then we work on the future.
Correct,
Yun.
correct.
So, black and white present moment.
Present,
Nasagot na ni
yeah.
Coach Malot.
How about you, Ren?
Konti na lang dadagdag ko. So, pagdating sa balancing dreams and practical demands, I've realized that what has worked for me is I would write down my dreams. So I would maybe spend a half a day or a few hours writing down my dreams in my favorite notebook, in my favorite journal. Tapos, I would tend to forget it. Kumbaga, I would forget it, not in the sense na I don't know what I wrote anymore, but I guess I don't think about it too much. Because sometimes I feel parang pag lagi ko siya iniisip, baka parang I don't get to enjoy the moment. Sabi nga ni Coach Balot and
Mhm.
Sarah, I don't get to enjoy the moment. But I find that when I forget it, it stays with me. Parang that desire stays within me already. So whatever I do will lead to towards attaining those dreams. Pero yun nga, when I was reflecting, how do I balance it? I don't think too much about balancing because I realized like there's really no, you can't really balance anything. You, for me, I can't really balance something. I can just think, what is my priority for today? What is one thing that will allow me to be sane, to be happy, and to still live my dreams? Kasi dati, pag inisip ko yung balancing, hindi talaga eh. Wala namang 50-50, wala namang 80-20, parang gano'n. But, and so when I forgot those things and I just started enjoying the moment, sabi nga ng mga coaches natin, that's when I felt that the dreams suddenly, slowly but surely became real. And for those dreams that didn't happen, inisip ko lang either it's not yet for me or maybe I got something better.
Nice, ang ganda. So, the next round, like, we have, like, some parang one-on-one questions lang. So, we can start also with, um, si Balot yung una dito eh. So, Balot, since we're talking about meditation and mindfulness for tonight's topic, parang what does it look like in your personal experience, your mindfulness practice? Like maybe you can share with us what that looks like and how was it beneficial to you in your life?
Okay, very weird moment. The same description that I have for the present moment, Coach Sarah did the favor of explaining that to me. Like the past, we become depressed if we stay there and we don't take the lessons but stay on languish on the feelings that we had, but we really can't control them anymore because tapos na siya eh. Or thinking so much about the future which we really cannot control. Um, it didn't occur to me what mindfulness was. Na parang, ano ba sinasabi nilang present moment na you don't have a future? And it really came to me na parang the present moment is really what we have. Kasi we don't know what's gonna happen in the next few hours, in the next few days. And I know that a lot of my talk is a little bit depressing. But I'd like to share this because it is part of my journey, because I'm also a grief coach. The present moment became so clear to me when my mom died in an accident in 2019. So she was crossing the street one ordinary day for the past 37 years of her life. She was crossing the pedestrian lane. Tapos, binangga siya. And it was during that time, during her death, that I realized na there's really no future. That's why it's very important to be mindful of where we are, say the things that we want to say to the people that we love, because tomorrow might really never come. It's important to tell your loved ones that you love them when you have the time. And for me, this mindfulness was so profound na taking short pauses during the day na, oh, are my emotions in check? Am I being my best self or am I being a cranky mom and a cranky wife? So having that intention makes you aware of where you can recalibrate. It's always about recalibration of your present moment. Are you moving to,
Ay, na-mute ka. Sorry, Balot.
or are you
Ay.
staying in this, sorry, are you staying in this parang intention that you have set for the day? So Ang daming like really tragic experiences that I've had in the past. And I felt like that was my soul journey to bring me to where I am, to fully understand the present moment. Because if wala yun, I don't think my type A mind will be able to I mean, I was reading a lot of books that Coach Sarah was talking about, Byron Katie, Wayne Dyer, and all those books. And when I first read them, The Secret, ganyan, I was like, what are they talking about? I don't understand the thing. And when all these things happened to me, parang a veil was lifted. Na parang, oh, totoo nga. This moment is the only thing that we have. So we shouldn't really dwell on the past nor the future. We should prepare, of course, for the future, but not over analyzing what will happen there because we're not there yet. So yun,
Yes.
just being very focused on and mindful of what you have right now.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you. How about you, Ren? Like, does a clear space, since we've talked about KonMari, or this the discipline that you have, the practice that you have, does having a clear space really mean a clear mind? And how does that work?
Yes, actually, what my favorite lesson from KonMari is your internal condition can most often be seen in your physical surroundings. So of course, before I learned KonMari, parang inisip ko lang na, it's okay, I don't have time right now. I will be able to tackle this when I have time. Pero most often, the time will never come. And so when I learned that your internal condition can be seen in your physical surroundings, sabi ko parang, oh, it makes so much sense that it was in those moments when I was going through a lot, when I was stressed, that I would notice that my room or my home, I would just not mind it because I feel that there's so many overwhelming things that I can't deal with my physical space. But only when I learned to look at it differently, that because some internal work is very hard.
Yeah.
Internal
Mm-hmm.
work is very hard. So you don't know how to do it.
Yes.
Sabi nga ni Coach Balot, I don't understand what they were all talking about, like the secret, all of these different things. But once you figure it out, once you experience it, it's beautiful. Pero not everyone can immediately go into that level. So the tidying up process for me is a very easy and practical way of helping yourself. Kasi you start in the physical aspect. Eh. You start with the space around
Yes.
you.
Correct.
So if there's a lot of overwhelm, you can just start with your table. Desk mo muna. Kung yung desk
Mm.
mo, sobrang daming gamit, di mo na makita yung wood, baka kailangan, wag ka munang maybe you need to stop for a few hours just to clear that. And once you
Mm-hmm.
see, okay, my table, I can now see my table, I can now plan better. Maybe you go to your closet next or to your room and then to your home. And I see that not just for myself but also for my clients to whenever they see that andito pala yung mga gamit ko, andito pala yung maganda pala yung bahay ko. And so sometimes you feel that you need to get a lot of the joy from outside, but your home is the best space for you to start. And if you don't like your home, it can also be a sign that maybe you're not happy with your internal condition. So going back to that, I would highly recommend to our Bellas who are watching, if you are overwhelmed, just look around your space right now, look around your room, and after you watch this webinar, maybe you can start tidying up and then observe if there's a difference in your feeling. Most often I would be able to say that yes, you'll be able to experience at the very least having a better clarity in your mind, being able to enjoy the moment. Kumbaga, hindi mo naisipin, ayusin ko na naman yung gamit ko. Tapos the next day na naman. Because remember, your internal condition can be seen in your physical surroundings. So, try that for yourselves, Bellas.
Ang ganda, ang ganda. Sarah, there's like a lot of ano naman, questions here on Reiki. So siguro ito to how can I practice incorporating Reiki in my everyday life?
Reiki in Japanese means Holy Spirit. Rei means God or divine. Ki means energy or spirit. So when you think about it, it's the divine inside you, which we get present to when we close our eyes and we focus on our breath and we tap into peace. With our eyes open, you can gaze into the eyes of a loved one or a pet or a beautiful flower, nature, and we tap into the same energy of peace. Those are simple, tangible ways. If you want to get moving, uh, you can clean up, just like what Coach Ren mentioned. Coach Marat has so many oils. Oh my gosh, oils, a product of Mother Earth. You know, smell something beautiful, eat something yummy, milk tea ulit, no? But anyway, no, seriously, when you feel really alive, diba?
Mm-hmm.
That's how we, yun na yun eh. That's Reiki. That's universal energy. Of course, that's the basic. But as you meditate more, you'll feel more of your surroundings. You'll feel more of how people feel around you. Just before the pandemic started, I felt a sense of parang kailangan kong nasa bahay muna. Parang ganon. Hindi naman ako nag-shopping crazy. Pero ganon, parang okay, bahay muna, home muna, ganon. So, meron ng signals na you get, this is what's going to happen, this is what you need to do, etc. That's how practicing Reiki can help you. And it starts with your breath. Closing your eyes, meditating with your breath. If you want to keep your eyes open, gonna gaze mindfully at something that inspires you or brings you joy and love.
Nice, thank you.
Mhm.
Siguro this will be our last question kasi parang ang bilis ng time. Mag-8 na. So this is a question from Lizzie. I won't post it kasi medyo mahaba yung question niya, but it's in the chat. And it's very relevant right now because we have a lot of beginners also in our community who's just starting out in the meditation and mindfulness practice. Would you have like your top, I don't know, top one or top three tips in terms of starting a meditation or mindfulness practice to gain clarity? Would you want to start, Balot?
I think we're in the time now na parang there's so much accessible apps, videos that you can use when you would want to start meditating. But my first advice would really be to set the intention. Why do you want to do this? Because intention is everything in everything that we do. Um, and as what Coach Ren has said, Coach Sarah and Dar prior to this, you will see talaga the benefits of meditation. It won't come in like a week. Because as I said, my 5 minutes, parang it was super hard at the start, but you have to soldier through if you really want to get the benefits of meditation. And it can be as simple as going back to your breath. That's the most parang basic thing that meditation for you to start meditating. Just focusing on your inhale, focusing on your exhale. Um, because when we go back to our breath, we anchor ourselves to the most basic action of life, diba? Without our breath, we are really nothing. So when we focus on our breath, we parang pack in what Coach Sarah was saying, this energy, our energy. Um, and so that is one. So setting intention and going back to your breath. And what really helped me is creating a sacred space for meditation because it's like training your mind. Now, when you sit down on that space, parang automatically you're signaling your mind, okay, it's time to be calm. I'm not sure if this has anything to do with the teachings of Coach Ren, but I find that it was very helpful for me setting that space where I know that it's time to chill, relax, and go back to my breath. Na even before I start meditating, I feel calm already because my mind associates that space with my own sacred space. So, yeah, those are the things that I would tell the Bellas to do if you want to start your meditation practice.
Thank you. Thank you, Balot. How about you, Ren?
So for me, if you'd like to start meditating for the first time, don't be scared to be alone with yourself. The first time I tried meditating, sabi ko, parang walang nangyayari. Kasi nakikita ko yung nasa mga movies, nasa books,
Mm.
parang may peaceful experience. Pero nung una, wala talaga. So, and with that, sabi ko,
Hello. I think
maraming,
na eh,
maraming, and hello,
yes, go ahead.
me. Yeah. So, don't be scared to spend because at the beginning,
Parang nai-interrupt ata or
but then I
napuputol yung
realized na ano lang pala siya, naninibago lang pala ako. Naninibago lang pala ako. And afterwards, just you don't have to do it long. Maybe just be consistent. Just be consistent with the schedule. So if you'd like to do it every other week or every Friday night, I guess that's you also knowing what is the best fit for you when it comes to meditating. Tapos you'll discover as well na hahaba na lang siya ng hahaba once you get to appreciate the benefits that you'll have. So, yun lang. Just be happy when you're alone with yourself and enjoy the silence. Ayun. Silence can do wonders for the soul.
Nice. Thank you, Ren. How about you, Sarah?
Okay. I love what Coach Ren said. Be consistent. According to habit research, if you just start with 2 minutes in a specific place, in a specific with a specific time, you're bound to be more successful. 2 minutes lang in a specific place, in a specific with a specific time. Okay, that's one. Two, you can also start in the morning with two of the most powerful words that make a complete prayer. Thank you. So if you can start your day with thank you, meditation na yon. Number three, I hold every week Facebook Lives of just 15 minutes of meditation. So if you want to, you can start your habit of meditation that way every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Just follow me on Facebook, Sarah Rubin, or
Yay.
download an app.
Follow Sarah, guys. So, thank you so much, coaches. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
spending your time with us, and sharing your wisdom. And I'm really, really looking forward to like your coaching workshop next year in 2022, and I hope you guys sign up. For all the Bellas, we'll be posting a link because we will be sharing an access to you to be able to access all the coaching workshops we have for 2022. So this is super exciting, and of course, syempre, it starts talaga with the QR code that you get in your 2022 BDJ planners, and definitely our coaches, it will be here for us this whole 2022 as we journey the year of I am, the year where we become or we unbecome, 'di ba? Kasi there's something sometimes talaga there's really that journey. And thank you everyone for catching us tonight, and we will see you again tomorrow at 6:30 with our next batch of coaches. And
Mm.
thank you Balot, thank you Sarah, thank you Ren.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank
you.
you,
Thank you
Bella. Thank you,
also.
Dar.
Thank
Bye, Bellas.
you.
Bye, everyone.